Switching gears, Pam Bondi will be sworn in as Attorney General today after being confirmed by the Senate, a pick that has the nation's largest police union ecstatic. Joe Gamaldi is the National Vice President of the Fraternal Order of Police and joins me now. Joe, how much of a game changer will Pam Bondi be for police?
Well, this is an absolute game changer for us. I mean, I can speak for the 378,000 police officers we represent across this country. We are ecstatic to have Pam Bondi as our Attorney General. I mean, you're looking at someone who is a career prosecutor, hard-nosed, no nonsense, who's had the support of law enforcement throughout her career. And I think what you're seeing is with the confirmation of Pam Bondi as the top cop in the country, along with 8,000 murderers, robbers, and rapists being deported so far, and President Trump's loud and proud support for law enforcement, it's really signaling a return to law and order in this country, a return he promised us, and a return our country so desperately needs. So I think it's crystal clear to anybody watching that the days of prioritizing criminals over.
Joe, what do you specifically expect Pam Bondi to do differently from Merrick Garland?
Well, I really think she's actually going to enforce the laws of this country. I know she's certainly going to be supportive of closing our border, making sure that we're deporting people. I think you're also going to see a much more commitment and reinvestment in public safety across this country to make sure that we have enough police officers on our streets. I think you're also going to see a much more aggressive posture from the federal government about the war on cops in this country that has seen over 1,100 police officers shot over the last 3 years, averaging once a day. And when you have the support of not only the Attorney General, but the President of the United States, it can turn the entire attitude towards law enforcement where we actually support the hardworking men and women who put that uniform on every single day.
Yeah, along those lines, Joe, it has been a tragic 2 days for law enforcement as a North Las Vegas police officer was shot and killed during a shootout yesterday. A Maine State Police K-9 named Preacher also killed in a separate shootout on Monday. Joe, your thoughts on a very tough week for law enforcement?
Well, it's been absolutely horrific. We saw 31 police officers shot in January. We had over 342 shot last year. I think what everyone needs to realize is that there is a war on cops that is raging in this country. And an attack on the very people that have sworn to protect you is an attack on our society as a whole. It needs to stop. And a good first step is to pass the Protect and Serve Act through Congress. Let's prioritize training for law enforcement. And let's get back to a place in this country where we no longer treat police officers like scum.
Yeah, hopefully that happens, especially in the next 4 years under the Trump administration, sort of setting the tone for the nation. But there is a little good news, Joe. Violent crime is dropping in Dallas, where police are using a new data-driven strategy to target the worst offenders. Now, thanks to this new strategy, Dallas PD has seen a 7.7% decrease in aggravated assaults, 8.2% decrease in violent crime, and a massive 26% decrease in murders. So, Joe, what exactly are they doing in Dallas, and why is it working?
Well, I'll tell you, number one, I think what you're seeing in Dallas is just absolutely exceptional police work by the officers on the ground. But I think what you're also seeing in Dallas and places like Houston and other communities is that there has been a reinvestment in public safety after the insanity of the defund the police movement. And part of that reinvestment is leveraging technology. Technology like probably the most consequential piece of crime fighting equipment we've seen in the modern era, which is the flat camera system, which can catch suspects in their vehicles pretty much anywhere in the community. And I think what you're seeing is this technology allows us to not only catch the criminals, but stop them real time, making our community safer. So if you're watching this right now and crime is rampant in your community and your elected officials aren't investing in things like the flock camera system, you got to really ask if they give a damn about you or your family.
It really does beg the question, Joe, to that point, why isn't this standard operating procedure in every police department in the country? It clearly works. It should be everywhere so that we can stop crime in its tracks. Joe Gamaldi, thanks for your time this morning. Appreciate it.